Hey guys, this is Nathan Booth, and I'm going to show you some of the progress that I've made towards getting the prototype created for my application, Dungeon Companion. So just a quick overview, Dungeon Companion is meant as a general tools location for anybody that plays D&D, so it's supposed to help you create and manage characters. If you're a dungeon master, it's supposed to help you manage your dungeons. If you're just trying to find something really quickly and don't want to flip through a bunch of pages in the books, it also is supposed to cover you there. Future things that might be added are dice roller. Need to figure out a good section for that, and more in-depth dungeon creation. So anyways, I'm going to show you what I've been working on. I've really been trying to put out some impressive wireframes right now to just get the concept fully constructed, I guess, in my head. So I've got these 4 artboards here that show some of the sections of the app, and I'm actually able to go through and kind of mess with them so you can see how the actual flow would be. If you click up here, as you would in Android, it will actually open up this navigation pane, and that would allow you to click characters, dungeon, lore, or recent items. You also have settings, help, and send feedback. Just kind of that is the navigation of the application. Also, if you click any of these in here, it will take you to that section. So if I click this right here, that would actually take me to that character's page where I could then see all their materials. Any of these parts that have been searched recently, if I clicked them, it would take me to it. Also, you can kind of search through these since you're more likely to have a bunch of them. You might not want to scroll through them, so you can actually search through those. And then dungeons, because players even can actually see a thing on the dungeon. I'll show you that in just a second. So that's just the base page. You go over to characters, and your landing page is this character selection. You can either click one of these to create a new character. Haven't decided if there's going to be infinite character slots or if you're going to be limited to 8. Probably going to talk to some of the people I play with to see what they think. But say you clicked this character, right? Then what you get on here is that, and you can click through all these. I don't have all of them built yet, but you can see, you know, the name up here would be Buthaigir, so that's the character's name. You'd have your level, your classes, races, deity, all of that stuff right here in your backstory. If you click on skills, it would actually show you your skills that you're trained in, and maybe even give you some tips on any rolls you make so that you can just automatically know what you've gotten. Let's see. Also, to kind of show some of the navigation on this, let me put this above that. This actually allows you, if you were to click up at the top whenever you're on the other page, for instance, right? You click right there, it would give you this drop down for character selection or character creation. So that's another way to switch between creating a character and selecting a character right there. Then you have dungeons. Let's go over here. This has taken me a while, all of them, just because even though they're relatively simple looking, I've scrapped the concepts I've had for them multiple times now. Dungeons, you actually have a series of a couple screens. You have this, which is similar to the previous screen for characters, where you're able to choose any dungeons you already have. And if your account is recognized as a dungeon master for that dungeon, then you'll actually be given this view, which is very similar to what the characters will see as well. You can drag and drop onto here. You can like upload a map. Haven't decided if I'm going to have a map in there or not. Might just leave this as a section for you to manipulate data in. And you can actually search for like different monsters or NPCs you've saved and add new ones. So then if you're on the player view, you just kind of get an overview. And the nice thing of seeing all this is it lets you know how your teammates are doing as far as health-wise, any status effects on them, as well as see the condition of some of the monsters. For players, the monsters might not be visible because that actually goes into some knowledge stuff. Typically, you don't know even the name of what a monster is unless you do a knowledge check type thing on it. So this might not be here whenever I actually build it out. And then if you go over to lore, lore is probably the spot that'll be used most. And that's why I really spent time trying to figure this out. Once again, you're able to click around. I'm wanting this to have all of the different manuals that you're able to have. So as new manuals will get loaded in, these might change in size, or you can just scroll up through them. And then you also have if you look in here, you have this selection here, but then you also have a filter section. So let's turn that on, off up there. So this is your base search. Oops. Say you have your results right there. This is your base search, but you also actually have a bunch of different filters that go into there. So if you're searching for, say, let's see, make that visible. You have classes, so it changes kind of how this is. This is all dependent on the category up here. If you change that, this will change these. You've got your feats, got, I think this is items, yeah, items. You've got races, skills, and then spells. So the filtering system is all dynamic on there, or will be at least, where it actually changes in relation to what you're doing. And then if you click on any of the results that come up, it'll give you like a full page result. So this is just kind of a dummy full page results. So that's what I've worked on this week. It took a long time, like I said, because it just was something where I couldn't really pin to the wall how I wanted some of these screens designed. Kind of like the landing page, I didn't know what I wanted to do for the starting page. So actually being able to figure that out finally was really nice. Previously, the only thing I really had down was how content would look on the side right here whenever you're looking at stuff. So this next week, what I'm going to be working on is actually building this into a prototype along with trying to code the base of it. I'd like to have the lore section working by next week, by the end of next week, at least to a base level. And I would like to have as much of my prototype finished as possible. So that means all of the graphics, finalized layouts. I should have gone in depth. All of these images right here, that's what all your boxes with X's are. Like for your characters, this is going to be based on their race. With this will be based on what section of lore they are. So if they're a fireball or a spell, or if they're a class, things like that. And then the dungeons would also have their own thing. You could assign to them at least a color. But so I'm hoping to have all of that filled up by the end of this week and actually have a prototype you can click through and kind of simulate the real app instead of me jumping around in an Illustrator file. Some challenges that might come along with that, it's relatively large, and I have a lot of graphics that I need to make in order for it to look correct, I guess. Anyways, I'm Nathan, and thank you for watching my video.